So apparently there's an update on my brother. Um, it's coming out from my aunt's daughter's daughter, so my second cousin, that apparently she picked him up in Florence, Darlington area last year, and back in October, my brother, Charles GREGORY Mccaskill, basically got into a falling out with my aunt Edna Mae Voiles, who lives in Orangeburg, South Carolina. And apparently my brother was homeless and he was living in a rusted out car in the middle of winter. Well, somehow the story goes, I called my sister in South Carolina not long ago, and I talked to her partner, and I found out that my sister found my brother's wallet in that rusted out car. And she's calling the police in Orangeburg, South Carolina, because my brother doesn't go anywhere without his wallet. And if they had a falling out back in October and his wallet's still there and no one's heard from him, it's hard not to think the worst. And it was back in October. There was one night that I had a tremendous, overwhelming feeling of loss. And he is my only full blood relative. I do have a half sister and a half brother, two of them. But my brother Greg, we both have the same mom and dad, so he's my only full blood relative on this earth. And to think that he may not be with us anymore, and having that feeling I had back in October, and my sister finding his wallet, it kind of puts me in a position where I feel like, what's going on? People are talking about things that happened in last October now, and it's February of the next year. And like I said, all the holidays went by, all of our birthdays, and none of us have heard from him. And that's not like him at all. And her finding his wallet, it's, not a good sign. Not a good sign at all. But I feel like maybe last October I did receive some divine intervention with that feeling of loss, that overwhelming feeling of loss that I had. And it was, I can't even describe it now, but people talk about guardian angels looking after us and coming to us in our greatest time of need. Maybe I felt something back in October that happened, and just now realizing what that could have been. Our soul connections, me and my brother. Maybe I felt that sever. Maybe that was that overwhelming feeling of grief that I felt. Who knows? But right now my sister is currently in Orangeburg, and she's calling the sheriff's office and try to get some things investigated and find out what happened. Because not knowing what happened to my brother is worse than knowing some days. Because it's not knowing that tears you up inside. You don't get that finality. And my cousin, she lost her brother the other day, and it was her baby brother. So it's kind of weird the way things are kind of falling together. But I just wanted to give you guys an update and tell you what I felt back then in October. Maybe it was the angel I needed at the time to deal with that feeling that I had then. But hopefully we'll find out more tonight, tomorrow, sometime soon. I may be taking a trip to South Carolina, whether I want to or not. You know, I can always have hope, but it's not looking like hope is gonna win this time. But that's about all I have to say. So, good night.